Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive. Let's not wait too long. Let's bring her on. Ashley Battle on the hotline.
All right.
UConn great. WNBA great. Celtics scout extraordinaire.
Just a
championship.
great person.
Just a great person.
Great
One of our favorites here on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell. And Ashley, how are you, dear?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. I always get sad when some of the greatest athletes from all their different sports retire, and this is probably one of those for a lot of people, especially here around New England and UConn. Kind of sad when Sue Bird retired. Just as sad now that Diana Taurasi is saying that she's done playing. What were your thoughts when you heard this yesterday?
Well, I've known for a while, so yesterday was. I mean, I've known that this was coming for a while, probably for like a year. And when I finally heard yesterday, it's the end of an era. It's sad, you know, but she's given so much to the game, and her legacy and accomplishments of what she's done is just unbelievable.
Take us back to after the 39-0 season. I was watching so much Diana stuff, and I saw you doing an interview about this and talking about like the disrespect the team had after Sue had graduated. You went 39-0, you're national champs, and now all of a sudden nobody can, you guys aren't good enough because you only have Diana. And that's not going to be enough. Take us back to like that off season and going into that season, and maybe what you saw in Diana those couple of years that flipped a switch and what sparked her into having such great performances.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I got to start in the locker room after we went 39-0. CD Chris Daly was complaining and said, "We're going to the NIT next year." So he told us in the locker room that we're going to the NIT. And we're
CD
all like,
says this?
No faith. Oh, my goodness, yeah. 100%. 100%. It was like, you guys are going to the NIT. We're going to the NIT next year. Oh, my goodness. And we were just like, dang, no respect. So we weren't getting any respect from our coaching staff. We wasn't getting any respect from the media. I think we were preseason 16 that year going into next season. And I think one of the things that you saw in Diana was just like her leadership qualities and how we all just rallied together. So that season, it was really like us against the world, and we really wanted to win for each other. And you can tell whenever someone was having a bad day or someone was having a bad shooting day on the court, she would just be like, "It doesn't matter, shoot the next one," and just really being a motivator and instilling confidence in each other on the court. And then off the court, we always had a great time. So I'm sure you guys have seen some videos and some of the things that how she is off the court, and we always had fun. And I think the game's going to miss her. She provided an intensity on the court that has been unmatched, where I think Becky said it great, where she was just like, she can be a fierce competitor, and then afterwards she's going to ask you like, "Hey, let's go have a cocktail, let's have dinner afterwards." And she left it on the court, and she's just one of the best to ever do it. And I'm happy that we've all had a chance to see her grow and mature and have a 20-year career in the WNBA.
I mean, having played against Hall of Famers, played with Hall of Famers, everybody's got different egos and stuff like that, and you kind of nailed it with her being tenacious on the court and being a goofball off the court. I also think she doesn't have a big ego. Everybody talks about how much she helps and motivates everybody else. That's the way I describe the greatest players of all time. They make everybody around them better. Would you agree with that?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think, people were so in awe of Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so. Like, Caitlin did some really great things last year in her rookie season and at the end of her college career. But don't get it twisted. Diana invented this. She's the one who really, if she wanted to, could score 40 points a night. But it was about the team and for all of us being included and all of us making sure that we're doing what we need to do so we can have our ultimate goal, which is winning.
Did she get in anyone's face? Do you remember a time? Can you share that time?
There's been a couple times.
Are you one of those people?
No, I'm the only person she's never gotten an argument with.
Why?
She'll
Why
tell
is
you
that? Because
I'm the peacemaker.
You're Switzerland.
No, I'm fair.
she throws down
I'm
judgment.
fair. Like
Justice.
I'm literally I am the no judgment zone, and I was like a mediator sometimes. I will hear both sides of the argument, and we could talk about what's going on, and then like pretty much what happens at the end when I'm like, all right, no, you were in the wrong. Here's why. Bop bop bop, and you got to be better. So, and I think everybody respected me for that because I was just it didn't matter what you did as long as we were all together.
Talking to Ashley Battle about the great career of Diana Taurasi. I brought this up in the first segment. I'm sad that we didn't get to see her play in Europe and see all of those games. She won 6 EuroLeague titles. What's it like to play abroad, and how was she received in other countries?
I mean, she was received phenomenal. I mean, I think you have to understand, like, her parents are Italian and Argentinian, so she speaks Italian and Spanish. And, so when she's well received in Italy, well received in Spain, she's really, it's not just an American icon. She's global. Her teams in Russia were some of the best basketball teams, put together, and they won all the time. I mean, there's one person that I know that has won on every level that she's played in, and it's her.
Do you have any stories of amazing feats of strength, or just, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just saw a person do that? Dibbs and I, just the locker room stories that we have on maybe even guys that people don't even know about, but we have seen in practice things that people don't see on television or don't see in the big game. But in practice, they have just racked off something that no one else we've ever seen do something like that before. Do you have any stories like that with Diana?
I mean, one thing that's for sure. I mean, in practice was crazy. Like you guys don't understand. I mean, my freshman year, they came off of UConn was coming off a national championship with everybody returning, and I'm talking about we had 15 players, probably 12 of us played in the WNBA.
Golly.
I mean, so our practices were nuts. You know what I mean? And I think the growth that you would see within a practice, it would be crazy. Like, our practices were more competitive sometimes than our games that we played in. And I think, just the growth, or just things like just shooting it from half court with ease and just making it on the first try. Just like, all right, I guess I'm done. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that you're just in awe of. But the hard work and determination that she put into her game throughout, it's no wonder that she's the best. And I think the injuries too. I mean, there's been that she's played through, back problems in her senior year at UConn, and we end up winning a national championship, but she could really only play in the games. Like, she wasn't practicing, and we needed her, and she needed us to help and do what we needed to do as well. And I think, she's just unmatched. And I think the game is really going to miss how intense she was, how awesome and competitive she was. And even, I mean, last season, she had a great year.
Yeah.
She had a great year last season. She just didn't have any legs towards the end. And when I saw the changes that they made, I was like, in our group chat, I'm like, I don't know, is she really going to retire?
It's a sick team.
They may have a shot at winning it again. And so we were just like, nah, she really going to retire. So we knew pretty much all year last year that she was going to do it. I didn't know she would wait until the season almost starts to say that she was going to retire. But we're all super proud of her. And the things that she's accomplished. And I will say this, our group chat last night, it was very congratulatory, and then it turned into a roast.
Yeah.
So So I think that's that's our relationship, where we've been a family. We've been a family since I was kids. Really, like I've known her almost all my life, and I think that camaraderie and that sisterhood is just a bond that us UConn gals have and will never go away.
Kobe Bryant nicknamed her the White Mamba. Vanessa Bryant had some very kind things to say about her. She spoke at his memorial after his death.
Yeah.
How hard did it hit her when Kobe Bryant died?
I mean, I think for the world, it was, it's crazy that we bring him up. I was talking to my best friend this morning, and his name came up, and one of the first things I said was, I still can't believe that they're gone.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for the world, the sports world, to fathom. I mean, Gigi would have been a freshman this year, and just imagine UConn with her on the roster this year. Like, I think they would be one of the favorites to win, and they're still one of the favorites. But with her, I think they would be even a number one seed going into the tournament. And I think it's been a difficult situation for the world. And then for those that knew them personally, it has been unimaginable, because you just don't believe it.
If you were trying to describe Diana's game to a little girl that's never seen her play, and you just say she was the greatest, she was really competitive, like what specific things basketball-wise would you explain to this little girl of why she was so good?
One of the things that made her so good is her passing ability. I think, she really modeled her game after Magic Johnson as her favorite player, and just how she was able to, she would see the play developing before it happened, and she made her teammates better. But then also, she can crush you offensively. She could do whatever she wanted to do on the court. And she was probably the best shooter on the court. She's probably the best passer on the court. If she wanted to be the best rebounder on the court, she would have done that too. And there's just not an ounce of basketball that she hasn't mastered. And you can't say that for a lot of different players. And I think that's why people consider her the GOAT and the greatest to ever do it.
Well, I think of her like a Tom Brady. What will she do now? I mean, when the cheering stops and not going to camp and all that kind of stuff, she said herself that she's full, she's happy, but the competitiveness never leaves us.
No, you're right. And I mean, and she and Sue have done some media stuff. I'm sure they're going to have another run at, during the Final Four. And I just know one thing. If she goes on TV, there needs to be like a
dump button, yeah.
Especially if South Carolina's playing, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to have to be this is a R-rated show. But I think, she could do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to go in the front office, I'm sure there's going to be teams that would love to have her and pick her brain for her knowledge. If she wanted, I want to say Rob Pelinka has asked her to be on the Lakers front office every year for like the last 10 years. He's been asking her. So like she can go be in the front office. If she wants to coach, I'm sure she could do that. If she wants to run Iron Women's, because I saw her a picture posted, I was like, bro, you doing Iron Women? And she's like, yeah, just the leg of it. I'm like, oh, all right. So I mean, this is talking about someone who who wasn't very fond of the track, is riding 20 miles in an Iron Woman competition. So, I mean, whatever she puts her mind to, I have no doubt that she'll be able to do it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she does in the next chapter. And who knows, maybe she just wants to be a mom, and just kind of relax and spend time with her kids and family.
All right, one WNBA question, I'll put it that way for you before you run away from us. What the hell's going on with my CT son? Are we like Team Europe? Come on! What?
Pandemonium. It's one of those things where, it looks like they're doing the Sam Presti method. Trying to acquire a bunch of assets to build within the draft. They're gonna have a hard time. they're going to have a hard time getting, high end free agents going there. So, and you lost a couple players through free agency.
We lost everyone. We lost everyone.
Okay, yeah, there's that. You lost everyone.
Even your coach.
Everyone through free agency.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So it's like, all right, well, now you got to figure it out. Like, what do you want to do? So right now, I'm sure the idea is to grab as much draft capital that you possibly can and build through the draft.
Pagebackers.
Are you calling any games, or are you just scouting right now?
No, I am. I'm going to do in studio Big East. I think the 9th or the 10th, one of those days.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
You're so versatile.
I love it. I love it.
Well, anytime you're around here, let us know so we can go out and have drinks or whatnot, all right?
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. Love you.
Thank you, Ash.
I love you guys.